King. 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 King.
So why don't you give your listening audience an opportunity to learn a little more about you from your words and what you found relevant, what you think relevant to share about who you are and what you do.
Yeah, so just briefly going way back, second generation Italian American out of the greater New York City area. My first work out of college was a high school teacher and basketball coach. I actually coached in a New York City Catholic high school league for 13 years and taught in school as well. And then spent about 7 years as a college administrator and occasional adjunct in the English department. Then I set out on my own because there was a larger curriculum that I wanted to dive into, and I didn't know how to do that. So I've been a teaching poet. I've been going into schools and taught teachers and students how to engage poetry. And what I learned in that experience, which feeds what we're talking about, is that most of them told me they understood themselves better through writing their own poetry. So that was a hint about where I was going. Fast forward, I went out to Utah and sat in the Canyonlands with no food for 4 days back in the 1990s with a guy by the name of Bill Plotkin, who continues to be a wonderful teacher today. And then in 2009, I got serious about coaching, and I trained for 2 years with an organization called Integral Coaching Canada. It's up in Ottawa, which I found to be, if it wasn't the most rigorous coaching training out there, it was one of them. It was perfect for me. And I also write, as you mentioned. I have a new book out called Healing America's Narratives, where you and I really met around that book. And what we'll be talking about today is, it's Robert Keegan's process called Immunity to Change. He developed it with his colleague Lisa Leahy, and it's one of the most direct routes I know to really getting a sense of what I want, what's holding me back, what do I need to learn about myself in order to make adaptive as opposed to just technical change. And you and I will get into the nuts and bolts of what we mean by that language.
The Connecting with Intent formula. Strategy plus connections plus systems plus value equals capital. Social first, and social capital creates financial capital.